years. This is a chance to learn and find new ways to collaborate. Let's work together to make AI a valuable tool for our industry. On behalf of Korea Kenka, I sincerely thank our speakers and all of you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Next, we are honored to hear from Mr. Fidic, the President of Asia Pacific. He will now give a brief introduction to today's event. So, whenever you're ready, please.
It's with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this international webinar being organized by Fidic Asia Pacific through its member association, Korea Engineering and Consulting Association, KENTA. My thanks to KENTA for organizing this. Fidic Asia Pacific started webinar series a few years back and successfully conducted webinars through member associations of Vietnam, China, and Japan. We propose to continue organizing webinars every year through different member associations. The topic of today will lead to transformation of engineering and construction industry. As we all know, artificial intelligence is reshaping societies, economies, and industries. Engineering and construction sectors are traditionally driven by human expertise, physical labor, and time-tested methods. AI is redefining the way we plan, build, and maintain infrastructure. We believe that new tools will lead to safer designs and construction with emphasis on sustainable engineering solutions. New technologies will lead initially to disruption, but after some time, they'll be useful for industry. One important aspect is to train engineering manpower to adapt new technologies. It is time for us to rethink skills, ethics, and long-term impact to achieve efficiency and sustainability. I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to KENTA for their support and collaboration. My special appreciation for Nayon for our dedicated and efficient planning and execution to make this webinar a success. We are honored to welcome our distinguished speakers from Korea, India, and Nepal. My sincere thanks to a large number of participants who have registered from various parts of the world. I would like to announce that Fidic Asia Pacific is organizing its annual conference at Bali, Indonesia, with the help of Member Association of Indonesia in Indo from 17th to 19th August 2025. We welcome you all to attend this conference to further educate yourself with new technologies. I encourage you to see the website of Fidic Asia Pacific for details. Thank you all and have a good session in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. Now we'll hear from Ms. Catherine Karkastanis, the President of Fidic. Although she couldn't join us in person today, she has kindly prepared a pre-recorded message. Let's watch her remarks together.
I am delighted to be this inauguration of this Korea Engineering Consulting Association webinar on the impact of AI in engineering and construction industry, organized as part of the Asia Pacific series of webinars. My name is Catherine Kirk-Sanis, and I'm the president of Fidic. International Federation of Consulting Engineers. It's highly relevant and topical that KPI has organized today's event because AI is an issue that is at the forefront of people's minds, not only across the engineering and construction sector, but also, I think it's fair to say, across the whole global business. Already, there are powerful unites in infrastructure projects. More leveraging AI across architecture, engineering, construction, and operations. I know that today's webinar offer a time on how to use AI technology, real difference in our sector, the ways we want to work. AI has presented the potential to produce powerful infrastructure projects by leveraging its advanced analytical and predictive capabilities, as well as the incredible capacity to simultaneously interact with a vast number of modules through APIs. AI has the potential to improve design operations, project management, environmental impact, and decision-making processes, all in areas of the infrastructure sector. The speakers at today's webinar will offer some insights into how AI is transforming how we work as an industry in construction engineering, and also help us to understand some of the opportunities and challenges of AI for construction as well. The speakers today will discuss how AI is being used right now on its whether now groundbreaking, cutting-edge technology can revolutionize the way that the engineering, construction, and infrastructure sector works in the future. I hope that there will be much food for thought, a lot of great ideas to take away and use going forward. On behalf of Fidic, I thank Chairman A.O. Lee, the Keynote board, for the great work that you do on behalf of your members and the industry, and wish you all a very successful webinar. Thank you.
We are sorry for the sound problem and we tried to rectify but couldn't do so. Please bear with us for this problem. Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning this, Phil. And now let's officially begin the webinar session. So let me introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Sang-Chul Kim, who is a lawyer and also an AI specialist. He's gonna deliver the keynote presentation now. And following his keynote, Mr. Kim will also serve as the moderator for the rest of today's session. Over to you, Mr. Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Song. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sang-Chul Kim, partner at Beckman Lee. It's truly a pleasure to be with you today. We are here to talk about something that's rapidly reshaping how we build and manage and govern our project, the artificial intelligence. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to share how AI is not only transforming our contract and project systems, but also how it's redefining roles, shifting accountability, and changing the way we think about risk in this industry. Can you share the screen, please? So here's a question on everyone's mind, I think. So one that keeps coming up in panels or articles or even casual conversations. So the question is, will AI replace us? My answer, AI won't replace engineers or lawyers, go for us. So, but those who use AI will replace them. And this isn't just a clever quote. I think it's a mindset shift. And the future belongs to those who are willing to work with AI, not fight against it. The reality is we are already working at convergence of, sorry. So the reality is, as you see, we're already working at the convergence of human judgment and machine insights. So we all use ChatGPT and all other generative AI support tools. And especially the engineers are using data in ways we couldn't imagine 10 years ago. Lawyers say, we are reviewing contracts with the help of algorithms. The boundaries are shifting, and understanding how responsibility flows in this new reality, that's leadership. And that's our job. So you will hear more today from other experts who are applying these tools on design teams, safety systems, even in tender proposal writing. The reality is that AI is already embedded across the life cycle of the project. For example, like a generative design tools, it helps us explore options better than ever. Or drones and sensors deliver real-time progress updates. Or people have experienced that AI writes site reports or manage compliance log, even initiate payments. There are many startups who is trying to do this. These tools increase speed, reduce costs. It's quite critical for construction industry. But they also introduce complexity, and complexity demands clarity. Let's talk about contract first. So as you will see in later sessions, AI is not just reviewing contracts, it's writing them, comparing them, and even executing them. We are moving from static documents to dynamic systems. For example, like a natural language process tools are flagging risk clauses, and before humans ever read them. So it will just take like 5 minutes, you analyze the full document. For example, machine learning models can predict where a dispute might arise. And also, smart contracts are transferring funds the moment a milestone is met. The real-world examples, like for LG Chemical, a Korean company, they announced that now they can review the contracts 30% faster via the tool called Luminance. And Singapore LTA is already using blockchain-based payments. This is not speculative. This is quite real, and it's operational now. Now let's look at project execution side. From scheduling to resource allocation, AI is guiding decisions on site. Project managers I keep to it, such as like drone footage or predictive delay alerts based on weather, labor, and logistics, and also BIM models that don't visualize but provide evidential record. AI doesn't just have to see, it helps us decide. But decisions without governance, that's the risk we cannot afford. And that's where legal and contractual structures comes on. Let me shift to what keeps people like me up at night, legal risk. As AI gets smarter, contracts and lawyers have to get sharper. There are 4 areas we must watch. Liability. If AI makes a bad call, who is responsible for that? The operator, the developer, or the machine's user? Data governance. AI systems depend on data. Who owns it? That's kind of IP issue. Who secures it? What if it's wrong? Bias. AI systems are trained on data. If the data reflects human bias, how do we ensure fairness? And also, but not the last one, enforceability is one of the key issues. Smart contracts are code, but will the code stand up in arbitration or court? These issues are already being litigated, and they are no longer future scenarios. They are present-day problems. So, how are governments responding to those issues? For example, Korea passed the AI Basic Act, which applies a tiered risk approach to different AI users. And the EU's AI Act classifies construction safety AI system as high risk. In the US, there's movement, but still debate around the enforceability of smart contracts. And in the Middle East, projects like NEO, they are using AI to drive not just construction, but how contracts are structured and managed. You will hear more about these shifts from today's speakers. The bottom line is we must align with the regulatory future before it overtakes us. So, what we must do, where does it leave us? It leaves us with responsibility and also opportunity. We must draft smart contracts. That means clearly defining how AI will be used and how it will be monitored and what happens if it fails. I understand that even Fidic is considering incorporating those clauses. And also, we must retain human oversight. Delegating to machines does not excuse accountability. It enhances accountability. So our systems must be auditable. We need to understand what decisions were made and why. And we must collaborate because no one discipline can solve this stuff. Engineers understand systems, lawyers understand the risk. Data experts, they understand models. Together, we can govern AI. So let me end with this. AI is no longer just a software layer. It's a presence in our decision-making and our contract and our project. So it is, in a way, a stakeholder. So only that acts, but cannot be reliable. And that's why it's on us to lead, to govern, and to set the terms for how AI works in our industry. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this talk helped to frame the challenges and the responsibility that lie ahead. Now I will continue as your moderator for the rest of today's program. First, we'll begin with Dr. AJ Pradhan, CEO of CSS2. Due to scheduling conflict, he will speak first, and he will share how AI is transforming construction management. Dr. Pradhan?
Yep. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are able to see my screen and audible. Okay.
Yes, Ajay.
Okay. Thank you. So, well, this presentation I'm making, we are three authors for this presentation. Myself, as you see that I'm the CEO of C2S2. So I'm mentoring one startup company, which is called Prince Digital. Akhil is a startup owner and he's a digital engineer, I call him. Then we have a technology partner who is Sitanshu Jain, who himself is a construction management graduate from US, Masters, and he's leading the digital technology in Autodesk and Arkans. So we three have put up this proposal, this presentation. I'll take you through some of the basic things initially, and then I'll ask my colleague Sitanshu or Akhil. Maybe Sitanshu will jump in to take care of rest of the presentation. Thank you. So as already mentioned by the president, Fidic Asia Pacific and the Fidic president and also speaker that AI is bringing revolution. And this revolutionization is in construction management is happening. And already in many places, but if you can see visible impact already there in large program management, those who are into large program management, we all know that we had a handbook called Construction Handbook. And that slowly from 20s, 19th century latter part, is getting slowly transferred into digitalization version, like using the Gantt chart to using, Excels and various, what you call proprietary tool by the construction management or program management company. We graduated into using some of the earlier version of AI. Now it is again now full blown because ever since 2020 onwards, the open AI has come in, generative AI has come in. The industry has picked up their way. So therefore, if you see that it's already been visible, and we use AI quite a lot in this sector. As you see the picture, these are the various aspects which you will see is it's being used, and the tool is, as mentioned by the keynote speaker, the embedded already into our system. And what it brings actually, it will bring actually innovative from the predictive analytics, what you do in many of the construction. For example, if I'm doing a breakwater design or construction in offshore areas, what it does, we always get weather data like wave forecasting, wave heights, currents, and various things. Now, AI is being into the predictive tool, deterministic predictive model, what you use, and now help us to expedite that instead of waiting to tow the barges to bring the stone and putting or the gabions or various other things. We are able to really do that and expedite the thing. So what it does, it enhance and bring the efficiency. What else it can do? It also bring the new technology which have been seen 4D, 5D, BIM, and also digital twin to help you to understand better the physical construction, the process, the mechanism. It also helps in real-time monitoring and scheduling and executing. While you do all these things, we also look at AI is helping in bringing the carbon footprint. That's also another aspect which is really going to an added advantage, or we call it a value-added addition, and subsequently it will take to the sustainability.
Can you
Now
make it
here,
slideshow, Ajay?
sorry, it's in the slide.
Slideshow is not, no, it is not.
It's not. I thought it's, let's see.
Dr. Ajay, I'll share my screen and I can run the slides.
Okay, if you can do that,
Yes.
that's okay. Okay, Sitanshu.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So I'll let me stop here then. Yeah. So this is my colleague. He is joining from Chennai.
Now it is. Now it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr.
All
Ajay,
right.
please continue.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. Yeah, here is the basic definitions. When you look at the construction management, when you speak, we essentially look at when the client gives us that here is the inception, here is the completion, you do the entire project management cycle. Many times it was not happening, and we had no clue who's doing what, especially large project when you are looking at the program management. And therefore, it helps in ensuring the budget, time, resource, and on-time delivery. And how to do that? In order to do that, we bring in new technologies, like as I mentioned to you, we use a Gantt chart to resource management, project tracking. Then we brought in technology like a drone, surveillance cameras, various hydrometeorological equipment to understand the temperature, wind conditions, noise, and various other factors which are essential for the construction industry to ensure the environmental impact assessment and monitoring is properly done. So next slide, please, Sitanshu. Then we talk about, Sitanshu, next slide. Yeah. So if you look at, if you look at the industry, what we are talking about, that project management, Sitanshu, backside, please. Yeah. Yeah. So you see, this is a typical program management aspects. If you look at, that's a cycle, what we do essentially. And what we brought in every segment, like project management, as mentioned, that we bring in new algorithms, new softwares. There are a lot of proprietary software available on the shelf. You can use them Also, you can use and customize various things using your own program. Same thing also scheduling and resource allocation. What it does actually, you have done already resource allocation scheduling using your typical Potter, Excel, or Gantt chart. But this AI will bring in all the aspects, various component activities into single dashboard. That will enable you to take a better decision and better forecast your systems. Same thing also estimating and budgeting. Quite often it have you will see every contract will have a the time overrun, cost overrun, scope changes, variation. Order variation is very usually in our part of the world. So that also helps in tracking how much order is varied because there is a change in design, change in various material contract aspects and all. Risk mitigation is another important aspect. It is not only for hazardous because there is something happening, but actually you have to look at the cost, the people, the manpower, the zero casualty, all aspects you can build into a single system. Then automated inspection and also the process like robotics we use various other automation process that also helps. And this is the construction management cycle. Next slide, please. And if you look at the typical contract in our part of the world, from EPC, from the what you call it's called EPC mode or design build, it has gone up to design build. In many cases, you can see that it's called unit-based contract, or what you call it is item-based contract. So those things are actually slowly getting up. But large contract, if you look at whether be it is a water supply project, the sewerage project, or any hydropower project, small hydropower projects, or maybe it is the airport, maybe other operating system, we see a design, build, operate, and maintain projects. So it's a mandatory now. Most of the large projects, we have operations given to the contractor. Quite often it is given that maintenance also to be given. And these are the aspects what you can see, various tools and technology used. I think all have been aware. We have been using IoT was sensors for various monitoring, tracking like noise, pollution, weather data. And also we get also the surveillance camera drone to monitor and see that how much work is being done. Digital twin, as I mentioned, is being used quite largely for construction industry. So this is a cycle. AI brings an advance or additional aspect to further bring down to the time and cost. Next slide, please. Now, these are the benefits. These are the benefits, as we all know what benefit can be. It can expedite work, it can enhance, it bring efficiency, bring more security and safety to your construction and people. It also, the big aspect is bring in innovation in our construction management, program management sector, and also the sustainability aspect. It also tracks a lot where we are over, the cost overrun was happening because of time overrun, resource allocation, changes in between. So we can capture all those things in a single platform, help in delivering the project time and cost. I'll stop here and I'll hand over the floor to my colleague Sitanshu to take through some of the case studies. Sitanshu, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Ajay. It is an immense pleasure to be here today and to discuss this very pertinent topic of artificial intelligence broadly in the world and then in the construction industry. First of all, thank you, Fidic, Kenka, and Dr. Ajay for giving me this opportunity to present our thoughts around this topic. I'm Shitanshu Jain. I lead Autodesk practice for Arcans India. I am a construction engineer first and then a technology enabler. So we'll be sharing our thoughts around how where AI is being used in the construction industry today. There are some, I would say, existing solutions, wide solutions available, which probably everyone in the industry is using. A lot of them are in a nascent stage, and the future, of course, of AI is bright. So we have tools like OpenSpace, AI-powered project management softwares, construction robots, and predictive analysis tools, which are helping the site people day in, day out, and the decision makers in their offices to connect and make decisions more effectively. So what I will do, I will jump to how across the project life cycle, we are right now seeing different applications of AI. And though the applications is there across all the all the all the throughout the life cycle of the project, starting from planning and designing, which starts from a concept design to the planning process, then BIM modeling, qualification, bid management, pre-construction, construction phase, and then operations and maintenance. But to a certain extent, I still believe that AI is still limited as of now to the digital space. And on site, the work is still to be done by us as humans, everything. But yes, tomorrow we don't know what will happen. But as of now, it is still limited a lot to a digital space. And the first thing which we'll probably can start with is the feasibility analysis. So earlier, we used to go on site, use Theodolite or something like that, and collect data, and then create a CAD drawing and do a manual optionings on that. Today we have solutions available by just using, and this is even before going to the site, and by leveraging satellite data, which is quite accurate today. I can do a lot of data analysis even before bidding for a project or before going and doing anything on the site, and which includes like finding out the right land parcel. A lot of government organizations are giving an option to buy land parcels online. To buy the land parcels, you see, okay, what are the FAR or the building control rules in that area? What are different options, mixed use? What are my FAR rules over there? And then accordingly do a concept level design of massing, do wind, solar analysis, see what are my costs associated with that kind of what kind of that building. And this is something, and this I believe the superpower of AI is that it can accumulate data from millions of sources online, do much faster analysis than any one single human being or group of human beings can do, and then can do reporting out of it much faster. So even this is from the point of view of a site analysis. Now, if as an engineer or as an engineering company or as a contractor, I have to analyze multiple bid documents. It might take human beings say 10 to 20 days or month to go through thousands of pages of documents. Whereas today the AI is helping us analyze it within a fraction of a time and give a synopsis, the risk areas, and what are the key how to go about winning that bid. So those are some things which I believe are making AI much effective. And this is something which I believe Mr. Sanjul also said, that AI is not AI who is going to win against humans. It's the humans who use AI are going to win and be the future front runners of this industry. So then we have this all this right now we are doing online, probably in the concept stage, right, where we don't have much data available from the site, but we can do this analysis. I can see, okay, well, the road highway which I'm designing is which are going to are they going to take control of the traffic movement which is going to happen over next 10 years. Then in terms of people, for this is for more of internal infrastructure movements, internal metro projects or large infrastructure projects. If people movement can be taken care by my infrastructure. All of this analysis is possible today online through AI, and see different what ifs. What if I would do a little bit change to my design, how it will impact traffic and people movement. And this specifically towards people movement. Today, in every approval, you also need, for example, what is my evacuation plan in case of any emergencies, right? What is the quickest path to exit? And all this can be done by technology today. Sustainability is a very important topic today. Everyone is concerned about it, that what we are leaving behind for our kids. And some this is the technology. AI enables us to do different optioneering across what if scenarios of different components or the building material that we use, and what will be the impact of it in terms of embodied carbon by using, say, for example, steel, timber. This is just at the level of embodied carbon, which can be used for sustainability analysis. But I can take it forward for even cost analysis, and then how it will work out during my the entire maintenance phase of the buildings, to enable us to identify the best fit component for that particular project. a lot of tasks which earlier used to take us hours and hours to find out, okay, let's open up a CAD drawing and let's do a quantification out of it. With AI and generative AI using sort of like image processing, the system can automatically detect and give you at the first level what is the quantity out of that CAD drawing. And this is, I'm not even going to the level of BIM. BIM is, of course, one-click outputs. But even out of CAD drawings, I can do quantity takeoff. And it might not be 100% accurate, but it gets you there much faster. Then we have specifications. So today, the specifications, most of the construction projects just remain as a bundle of paper. They are effectively not being used on site. But the tools which are available today can enable that each and every site engineer can have specifications on his mobile for his relevant work, and then do an analysis of what are the important things we need to take care of, whether it is quality, whether it is quantity, or any other item like that. So those things are now enabling the last person on the site to take immediate measures and solve the problem there and there itself before it decreases. The big push that we're now seeing is that in terms of AI is platform. Now we're seeing that large enterprise, be it developers, contractors, engineering organizations, are moving towards platform technologies which connects all the stakeholders, be it the owner, the developer, the contractor, on one single platform. So all the information in and out, it's like an ERP for construction, goes to that platform. And when you have so much of information in one single location, the system is able to do a lot of predictive analysis. Okay, which are the risks in my projects? Which are the high risk projects? Within the projects, which are the high risk activities? Even that, which are the stakeholders which might be at a high risk or at a risk of default, and which enables the decision makers to act as soon as possible. And then we have AI-based site monitoring. So of course, everything's happening on the site, but how do I connect the physical activities with the digital world? So through cameras, drones, satellite imagery, today it is possible to capture all this live information and the AI tools to analyze them, whether the activities are right, wrong, or in compliance with the construction protocol which has been set up. Now, all this today, I believe, is in a very nascent stage, and it's only going to increase going forward. And apart from increasing the use, is more moving towards convergence of technologies. Now, no technology is only specific towards construction or engineering. We are seeing technology from other industries like pharma, defense, and etc. coming into construction and changing the way we work. And with that, I would like to close the session from our side. That the AI is here to stay, and we need to learn how to leverage it and use it to best of our works. Yes, Dr. Ajay, over to you.
Thank you, Sitanshu. Thank you very much. So now I hand over back to our moderator. If there are any questions, we can take up that, or if it has to be at the end
not
of the...
right now. We are
Okay.
Questions will be only through chat. Question answer.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Tim, you can go to the next one.
Me?
No, the moderator. Can't hear you. You are mute.
Yeah. Sangchol, are you mute? You are mute.
Next speaker.
Sangchol, I think he's the moderator. He's on mute.
I think you can hear me.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just a quick reminder for all of our speakers. Each speaker is given 15 minutes for their presentation. So please try to stay in with your time slot. We have quite a tight program. So I think we can answer all the Q&A at the end of the session or separately via email or something like that, because we are already running out of time. So next we will hear Mr. David Lee from DOA Engineering. He will introduce the basics of AI and how it is already changing design and workflow planning. David?
Hi, my name is David. Thank you, Mr. Kim. Give me 1 second to share my screen first, and then I'll go ahead and start the presentation.
Sure, take your time.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of an issue here. Okay. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, David.
Okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and start the presentation. Thank you, Mr. Kim, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Lee. I'm very excited to present on the matter of understanding AI and how it is transforming the way we work as part of Fidic Asia Pacific's webinar series. The key word for my presentation today will be understand, utilize, and prepare for AI in 15 minutes. That is if my pointer will work. Okay, so a little bit about me. My background, if you will, is actually in IT system engineering. But for the past 15 years, I've been part of DOA and other engineering construction firms. And my capacity has involved in setting strategies for the companies that I'm part of. So nowadays, it seems like everyone is talking about AI, especially generative AI like OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Gemini or DeepSeek. And I think it's for a good reason. AI is definitely rapidly changing and transforming many industries, including ours. And yet, when I engage in conversations with others in our industry, a lot of them are very reluctant or unsure about how AI would apply to their course of work. Some say that since civil engineering and construction has been around and without the utilizing power of AI, they can do away with AI. But I think they're wrong in that matter. Others are concerned that AI will also replace their jobs, which Mr. Kim already addressed. But so to address some of those issues, what we'll do is in this presentation, I'll explain some of the AI basics to give a better understanding of what AI is and real-world applications of AI as well as generative AI. And also, I think the key for my presentation, beyond the first two topics, is to help us realize and to be better prepared for the era of AI. So let us go ahead and take a deep dive into AI. Oh, sorry. The term AI was actually first coined by John McCarthy, professor at Dartmouth in 1955. He defined AI as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, basically intelligent programs. These programs were to basically mimic human intelligence. And there are three types of main focus in AI research nowadays. So if AI is mimicking human intelligence, what basic 5 components of does AI have? AI, much like humans, they learn. They learn through machine learning and deep learning processes. Second is the reasoning and decision-making capabilities. Third is problem solving. Fourth is perception. And now finally, the fifth is language processing. A lot of the Gen AI is involved in this area. So this is where AI models can read, decipher, and understand human language. You can think of like many of the virtual assistants like Apple's Siri, Google's Alexa, Samsung's Bixby, and so forth. There are basically the 7 main branches that a lot of the researchers in AI are currently concentrating. It is in machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics, expert systems, fuzzy logic, and neural networks. I won't go into too much detail because of the limited time, but some of these issues I'll touch on in a later slide. Now, we have learned about the definition of AI, the 5 basics components of AI, as well as a short look at 7 branches of AI. Let us first look at some of the real-world use cases and applications to see how AI is transforming or changing the way we work. Since about 2 years ago, as many are aware, there has been many talks about AI, especially Gen AI and ChatGPT. Granted that your experience will vary based on the pay level or the subscription level of those 2 services. There are now AI-powered search tools that allow us to search for project opportunities. As Mr. Kim already mentioned, these tools also allow us to look through, review, and generate proposal documents and draft contract documents. Applications of GNR in construction engineering, one of these areas is, as you may all be aware, it also helps us in optimizing our designs. But I think one of the key ways it helps us is in foreseeing risks, trying to plan for unforeseen changes, especially in project planning and scheduling, and also in quality control and maintenance. One of those areas is if you were to apply computer vision, which I'll explain a little later, in road inspection, they're able to spot potholes and road damages and schedule for maintenance. Gen AI and others, one of the things that we also have to consider is safety at construction sites. The statistics say that on any given year, there are over 60,000 fatal accidents that occur. That is just in 2024 alone. And that is, if you do the math, it's 1 in every 6 fatal accidents that occur at the construction sites. And the thing about that is all these accidents are foreseeable and they are definitely preventable. So one of these areas that we can apply AI is by applying sensors and computer vision and AI. We can detect workers that are in the danger zone, as well as workers that are not complying with the proper restrictions or conditions that require us to wear their personal protective equipment like helmets, vests, and so forth. So when we incorporate computer vision, which basically is about a subset field of AI, it enables computers to drive and extract data and information from images, videos, and other inputs. For example, if we were to tell a kid, show this to a kid and ask them, what is this? They would not know this is an orange just by looking at it in the beginning. But by maintaining and gaining a lot of data and image sets and analyzing data, they know that it's an orange. For example, that can be applied to construction as well. If we use drones, CCTV, or closed caption security cameras and computer vision, we can manage project implementation, safety management. Their efficiency will be improved. So like I mentioned, one of these other areas that can be applied is for road maintenance. Now, in project for us to actually win and perform projects, you know that we have to write proposals and we have to win the project. So at TOA, we were talking about ways that we can incorporate the power of AI in our day-to-day work. And one of those areas were in proposal preparation. And those areas were included opportunity identification, RFP analysis and requirement extraction, proposal drafting and customization, and the other part is the risk assessment and compliance verification. So AI can help us in identifying project opportunities. Normally used to take us hours and hours searching numerous sites, numerous clients' websites, other databases to find the projects that are being noticed, that are being put out. But now with power of AI, we can do the search in the AI solution, and they can give us a list and analyze the requirements. Basically, it automates the scanning process, so it cuts down on a lot of time. One of the areas that it helped us is in identifying partners in our projects as well. So AI in RFP analysis and requirement extraction, I don't know if it is the same for many of the other companies, but here in Korea, for a lot of us, English is not a first language. And projects that are advertised in English or a foreign language, we have to prepare some form of executive summary for the upper management to review and consider whether to participate in that project or not. And that has actually, AI has helped us in doing that. Before, like I said, it used to take us many hours to translate a lot of the proposal documents, RFP notices into Korean or even in English. But with AI, like ChatGPT Pro or the paid versions, it has cut down on a lot of the hours that we have to put in. And it has allowed us to review many more projects for the possible participation. So by utilizing AI, it streamlines the proposal preparation and decision-making processes. It has enhanced accuracy in cost, risk, and compliance analyses. Also improves proposal quality and competitiveness. But I think the most part is that it reduces the manual workload, allowing teams to focus on strategy more. Now, so we looked at the fundamentals of AI, some of the use cases of the real-world applications of AI in our industry. Now, let us look at the outlook of AI, the challenges, considerations, as well as how we can better prepare ourselves for the era of AI. AI adoption will definitely become standard in major projects, like Mr. Kim already stated. It is also, it's part of the NEOM project, and it will be like that for a lot more of the larger projects, for sure. There needs to be more AI tools for civil engineers that needs to be developed. So engineers need to explore AI applications in their project and find ways that we can utilize the solutions that are already available. Some of the challenges and considerations that we have to consider is the data and integration. AI needs a lot of high quality data, large amounts of high quality data. And cost of implementation for many is not cheap. And, the initial investment is definitely required. I think one of the key areas that is putting us, at a standstill for AI implementation in our industry is the workforce adoption. Engineers definitely need the AI training, and they need to be familiar with the AI solutions. The ethical concerns exist. AI-generated designs definitely must be transparent and unbiased. It also presents new ethical issues with the IP or the copyright ownerships. So also many companies are still concerned about about their data being shared and being used to train the models. Engineers also need to be aware of AI hallucinations. Do not blindly trust all AI inputs, but have common sense and the expertise to check and verify the responses and output. So one of the key skills that we need to improve is our critical thinking and problem-solving skills. The other areas is that we need to develop digital literacy. We need to learn more about AI, machine learning, and data science. We need to continue to be curious about new technologies and grow proficiency in data analysis. We have to be open to adopting new technologies. We have to embrace data management and data analysis and interpretation skills. Like I stated before, future is all about data and information. You have to gather data into databases that can be used by AI models and become adept at collecting and managing and analyzing large data sets. We also have to grow our problem solving and critical thinking skills and identify areas where AI can definitely assist us and choose the appropriate AI tool for the task. As a company, as many do not already have guidelines or policies regarding AI yet, those policies and guidelines need to be developed. In conclusion, AI is a useful tool to achieve efficiency. It's a good colleague to have, but it's continuously and rapidly evolving field. So you have to continuously learn what AI is capable of. Their capabilities will change. Their capabilities will change. So you have to be familiar with the updates. Civil engineers need not become data scientists, but rather aim to be data literate, as in becoming proficient in data analysis and interpretation. We need to understand and learn how to leverage data and AI to improve our engineering practices. We need to participate in professional development, training programs, and webinars such as today's event. One of the other areas that I would suggest is if you go on YouTube and search for Fidic Media, Fidic has actually put out many videos or webinar videos recordings about AI and digital transformation in our industry. So you can view past sessions and learn from those experiences as well. So thank you. Given the 15-minute limit, I had to cut my presentation short. But if you have any questions, comments, or further discussion that you wish to have, please feel free to contact me at the email address listed or through Kenka. Thank you very much, and I'll send this back to Mr. Kim, our moderator.
It was very helpful to see real-world examples. Actually, the next speaker for session 1 is Professor Chang Man of Seoul National University, but he was unable to join us live due to an urgent schedule conflict. So he kindly shared his recorded presentation, but as Ms. Song just mentioned, I think we will have some technical problems sharing online. So we will just upload it online. In his video, he will explore opportunities and challenges of AI in construction. So moving to session 2, generative AI and advanced tools in construction engineering and management. So for session 2, we begin with Professor Hongjo Kim from Yonsei University, who will show how generative AI enhances safety monitoring and context-aware analysis on site. Professor Kim?
Okay, can you see my screen? Okay. Can you see my screen now? Okay.
Yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Hongjo Kim. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at Yonsei University. Today I'm gonna introduce the generative AI and its application with respect to the construction domain.
Can you make it slideshow?
I can do that, but I'm wonder because my screen is irregularly shaped screen, so it'll be better to have this.
No, this is fine. This is fine.
Okay. Okay, please understand that. So here is the contents. As you already noticed that I have created these images using the ChatGPT, but nowadays everyone knows how to make it, so it is not a surprise, I believe so. So this is a brief introduction of the Yonsei University. Campus is located at in Seoul, in South Korea. I'm working here. So this is one of my previous research, which monitors the earth-moving operations between excavators and dump trucks. And based on that visual information, I generated the working context information to prepare for simulation input automatically and provide that simulation input to the simulation model and get the productivity report that can determine the best combination, the best number of the dump trucks and excavators that can maximize the performance, the productivity per unit time or cost per production unit. Here is another the previous research which monitors the workers and also their personal protective equipment such as safety hooks and safety straps to identify whether they use those safety hooks properly or not. And here is my introduction about foundation models in computer vision. Nowadays, the deep learning the models has been the focus of research has been shifted to the foundation model from deep learning model, as it can process multimodal data, including text, image, and speech, and others. And also, it has a brilliant capability to do the multitasks without fine-tuning or other adjustment. So that's why we are focusing on the potential impact of generative AI in construction engineering too. So here is one example foundation model, which is called SAM model, segment anything model, which can segment object boundaries without fine-tuning on the specific data set. I have used this model to automatically generate the training data for construction workers and personal protective equipment, which was very time consuming previously. With the proposed method, the training data preparation time was significantly reduced. So it has a very good potential to implement the deep learning models in various the construction site, which has different visual characteristics. Previously, when we applied the deep learning models at each different construction site, the performance degradation is the huge issue. But using the foundation model to generate the training data automatically, we can improve our implementation level of the digital technology in construction management perspective. So here is another foundation model I'd like to introduce, which is the CLIP model, Contrastive Language Image Pre-training model. It can process the image and the text data together. So if this is the CLIP model architecture, I'd like to skip the details, but it receives the image data and also its image caption, which explains the image data. So by training our model with this kind of multimodal data, the model has a very good capability, like the human reasoning capability. So this is one example I applied this kind of the foundation model in construction safety monitoring. Previously, the deep learning model-based safety monitoring approach only able to do a certain task, but with using the CLIP model or this kind of multimodal model, now we can understand the job site context comprehensively and also in more details with based on the specific safety guidelines. And also there are various types of the safety guidelines, and we can understand the job site context based on the safety guidelines without fine-tuning the model. This is one proposed architecture, and here is the prompt multitask prompting our laboratory developed. And when we feed this image to our multimodal model, and the model will structure the answer, and this answer includes the site description, having the explaining the construction entities and also the situations around this image. And this is another example. With this image, there is the specific safety violation according to the South Korea's safety guideline, which is violation to work in the same vertical lines when there is the workers at height. So and this model correctly identify the safety the violation based on our provided input. So this kind of detailed job site, the context understanding is now possible. So now this kind of application can be expanded not only in safety management, but also to generate the safety material, a personalized safety material, or job site specialized safety material, or maybe productivity report generation and other construction engineering tasks. Here is another example, but I'd like to skip it, considering the time. And this is the conclusion. Now the zero-shot or few-shot learning capability was really improved with the foundation model. So now our developed technology in academia can be transferred into the industry with less the efforts and the time. And also it's gonna replace the traditional deep learning based approach to replace the manual process. But additional training data must be developed for general purpose foundation model. And also I'm expecting that it will accelerate the development of commercial services, relevant commercial services. So here is another example I developed 2 years ago. It's a bit outdated, but you can sense what kind of development is going on in this field of research. So I think one of the speakers mentioned that hallucination problem of the kind of foundation model. To address the hallucination problem, which generates the first information, we can apply the retrieval augmented generation method on the large multimodal model, which means that we can limit the scope of answer just based on the reference data. That reference can be structure specification or the safety guidelines or other reference document we can rely on. So for that, I've developed this pipeline to enable the RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation-based GPT model. When I developed this system, and this is the one interface that a user can use, when they upload the work report or the site work plan, so the GPT will customize their answer based on the reference data. So the workers can receive the personalized information and also the detailed guidelines about the correct work process and also the potential hazard existing in construction site. And I also evaluated the quality of answers with various criteria. And surprisingly, the proposed method effectively addressed the hallucination problem, and also it excels the state-of-the-art GPT models. And this work was already published in the Journal of Automation in Construction. This one is the Chapter 4 Road Design Construction Standard Specification Review. And this is my ongoing research, and now my group is finalizing this outcome in a journal manuscript. So to facilitate the automatic review of the structure specification, we need to consider a lot of things. Just applying the RAG system, Retrieval Augmented Generation, is not enough. So when we check the numerical facts and also the quality of the answer, the GPT system fails to provide very specific and detailed and accurate answers. So as we notice the limitations of the GPT system, we have developed the another type of approach, which is multi-agent based the RAG GPT system. And so we successfully achieved the 95% of the answer accuracy on a certain type of construction engineering, design engineering. So this is very quick, the presentation of my research. So in conclusion, the foundation model will enable the improved design and planning, and this system will help aid the construction engineers to develop their the design document and also other drawings easily. And also, it will automate a lot of documentation process with the reliable the question and answer performance. Also, it also will enhance the robotics functionalities by providing the detailed the operation guidelines and also detailed the coordinates to place a certain object to a certain location. Also, it will innovate the safety management first because safety management documents mainly rely on just text information. Because the GPT has a clear limitation in analyzing and also provide their answer based on the calculation and the reasoning. So maybe it'll be the next step we will address the kind of technical challenges. So that's it for today. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. But considering the time constraint, please send me an email or maybe contact me through Kenka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kim. Really enjoyed your presentation. I think it's great research work. I'm looking forward to seeing more. As for questions, if you have any questions, please drop them in the Q&A chat window. You can see that, and it would help if you could mention who your question is for. Now we will hear from Mr. Stu Tafa of Forefront Engineering. He'll share how AI-enabled BIM is changing documentation and coordination. Mr. Tafa?
Hello. Just a second. I hope I'm audible.
Yes. Can you hear me well?
So,
Yes, you are.
I will just start after sharing my screen. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, sure.
So hello, everyone. My sincere greetings to all the panelists and the attendees in this webinar. Thank you for having me. I would also like to thank SCAFE Nepal for nominating us to present on behalf of SCAFE. Without further ado, I would like to start the presentation. So a little bit of background info on me. I'm currently here in Forefront Engineering as a general manager. I'm a civil engineer, and a bit of introduction on my side. I'm a master's in geospatial engineering with BIM, and been working on various sectors in BIM and GIS these applications. So a little bit on our firm. We provide various services, which can be seen in the slide. And so today's agenda. So we have here some agenda on BIM automations, our use of AI in documenting, scan to BIM technology, AI in our office, and some techniques for creating BIM objects or assets. So in this slide, basically we are actively working on BIM tools, which help us design effectively, model and quantify with increased accuracy, and the creation of office templates basically help us streamline our workflows and maintain consistency. So the design process now can be automated for repetitive tasks, and we assure that our quality in BIM is much more efficient using AI. And further, the integrations with GIS lets stakeholders to work with real world Tiran data. The orthophoto integrations help us better visualize our work. So the key highlights here is a bit on using BIM authoring software and tools. So we provide prompts to the tool. Basically, we are creating templates, the road templates, bridge templates as the prompt to the tool. We provide necessary details such as the type of barriers, curbs, buffers, paving, sidewalks, their variables such as slopes, heights, widths, materials. And then we start by designing using the survey data. So we have the digital terrain model on top of the layered with orthophoto. And basically the site data will help us increase our accuracy, and we can start placing our roads instead of the traditional approach, working with lines, 2D drawings. And now we can have those BIM tools which help us to basically make use of the templates that we create, and then use the BIM tools for placing them and adjusting various kinds of variables like the slopes, the tangent of intersection values, inserting nodes. We can have those paths edited in both vertical and horizontal profiles. Basically, the tool help us to provide a lot of important and crucial information such as the cut and fill requirements. Basically, it can also help us in doing clearance checks. So if there's a bridge and there's an overhead bridge passing through a road, you can analyze the clearance, if it's enough, not. And as seen in the video, you can adjust a lot of elements of the infrastructure as seen. And once we are happy with the design, we can export quantity and cost data. So basically, this gives us significant time and cost savings. Also provides better visualization of data. So we are also now moving forward towards the quality control and assurance of our design work. So as the technology has already been developed in terms of creating bots that can be fed with design codes or standards, we also want to now make use of this for checking whether our design meets the required standards mentioned in the design codes. So the bots are already being used in big companies to perform QA and QC tasks with real-time feedback to the right team via emails or cloud. So I think if you have attended the recent webinar on Autodesk AI by Autodesk, you can understand what exactly I'm trying to convey here. So they have showcased the use of AI in QA and QC. So basically it's online, available online. So if you can, if you want to know more on that, you can find it there, or you can contact me. So the AI visualization with BIM is basically in regards, in terms of creating visualizations, the realistic visualization. Since we work with BIM models, they are obviously geo-referenced, and this helps us to perform energy simulations, giving us data that we basically use to prompt the AI tools. So for creating accurate conceptual visualization for the clients, the BIM models and AI use is quite crucial and significant. So it really helps us save time and do the rendering works using AI. So on the documentation side, with BIM and its automation, basically, so creating various kinds of design options can lead to doing repetitive tasks on dimensioning, annotation, and all that. So so significant time savings can occur using the tools such as BIM and its automations built in it. So the client approval ratings will increase due to efficient visualization and automated documentation using BIM tools. So tasks like dimensioning, layering, annotating could be prone to human error, and are topics that an architect or an engineer can imagine themselves not having to do all that rework anymore. So we perform any design changes that may occur and use the auto dimensioning tool for placing all the required general arrangement and dimensions. Also, we address any geometrical design changes in the element's metadata, and this automatically reflects at the annotation side. So reducing this will help us reduce significant time and resource. So during the documentation and other relevant phases of the project. So the videos that you just watched showcase how we perform dimensioning in the drawings and placing the annotations with information about the design elements. So you can see how AI tools present in the BIM authoring software help us to automate tasks that are repetitive. So also creating this package-based information sharing. So all in one location. This helps stakeholders to gather updated information and updated information on site, and any design changes that occur can be addressed and conveyed, attaching the relevant info in this federated package. So this federated package, once is deployed, we can automate sending emails to the right person at the right time. So the site team can address anything that's relevant and attach it to the model, and as a cloud-based platform, it can send out the emails. So all the graphical and non-graphical information are also included in this kind of federated model. So this enables us in better decision making and reduce errors significantly. So talking about a little bit on the scan to BIM laser scanning world, basically scan to BIM has also now been simplified by the use of machine learning. So complex architectural details can't be detected yet, obviously because of their intricate details and design. But the BIM tools, basically, they can help us to automate scan to BIM model creation for simple planar elements, such as elements like walls, openings, floors, roofs, very quickly. So this helps save a lot of time and lets user focus on complex tasks rather than in simple elements, which can be easily detected and identified. So as seen in the video, basically the tool is helping us to identify the vertical planar elements quickly, and then we can bring it down over to the BIM tool with a plugin. So it basically is synchronized in real time. So on the chatbot side in our office, we basically now are using and trying to develop this trained model of AI, which can help us in our internal office environment. So basically the information retrieval, such as our office policies, our standard operating procedures, are basically used to train the AI model that we have. and then it will give us feedback. It will give us feedback to our colleagues on those kinds of information retrieval, as well as the data access side, in standards and guidelines that we use during our design, development, and BIM implementation plans, or basically also in onboarding efficiency. So this helps us in also creating this time-saving environment for our office staff, and also maintains confidentiality. So we have a model that we are being trained. We're getting trained. So as seen in the video, we have this platform that we are having it on Google Colab, and trying to train this as per our current requirements. And it's still in an initial phase, and we're trying more on developing it. So the next part that I have here is the text to BIM asset development, which is now possible through AI. So we can basically upload the image, and then the model basically understands it and generates the 3D asset. So once that's generated, we can export it in a 3D format to any BIM authoring software that we like. And basically the element that's exported can be edited more further as per the requirements, and it can assist on various kinds of BIM tasks, making it better for visualization, better for 4D and 5D BIM, and help us in decision making. So a little bit on BIM practices in Nepal. There's a lot of BIM practices going on here, and use of automation. So the current project here, as seen in the slide, is Upper Arun Hydropower project, where BIM is going to be implemented and is being implemented as we speak in the design phase. And some other projects, such as the exhibition halls in Butwal, some bridge design projects, some hospital buildings, hydropower more on that side. And now I'm here on the conclusion slide. So basically, AI use is obviously enhances our efficiency, reduces time and costs. It can help us in improving quality control and minimize rework. So it will allow much more allow the professional to be much more focused on the critical tasks, and strengthen the construction documentation, site deployment, and make our workflow easier and more productive. So as AI use is already in the infrastructure development, and it is significant, I think we as engineers, architects, or designers can be optimistically cautious in its use. Without any delay, I would like to stop my presentation here, and thank you for listening and attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via email or via the Fidic FAB webinar series. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Tapa. Good to see how BIM and AI are working on real projects. And I really like the 3D visualization. So now we are moving on to session 3. Session 3 is about AI-driven innovations in infrastructure, capture project, and smart contract. So first speaker of session 3 is Mr. Nilesh Srivastava of Accenture. He will discuss how AI is improving infrastructure and capital project execution. Please try to stay within your time slot. Mr. Srivastava, please.
Thank you. Hope my presentation is visible and I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon and good evening to the participants. And as Kim said, I am Nilesh Srivastava, working for 30 years in asset management and capital projects for asset intensive industry. Currently, I am the practice lead for infrastructure and capital project and intelligent asset management within Accenture. So first of all, I would like to thank Fidki and Kenka and Sudhir Dhawan and our moderator Kim to giving us this opportunity to present our point of view on AI and generative AI in the capital projects area. What are the advancement and applicability? That's what I would like to cover in next 15 minutes. Now, this is a very familiar slide to almost every engineer. This is a representation of the industrial revolution, which has happened in last 200-300 years ago. So if you see this, we are at the cusp of Industry 5.2 because of the development in AI and generative AI in the past year or two. Industry 5.0 is seen as an evolution rather than a revolution, building on the foundations of Industry 4.0. All that is happening in Industry 4.0 right now, and what we believe will drive the acceleration across engineering, manufacturing, and infrastructure capital project. And one point to note over here is if you see the time gap between the previous industrial revolution, it almost took us 200 years to move from steam engines to industrial electrification, and subsequent changes has been at the faster pace. But the movement from the Industry 4.0, from cyber physical production system to reinventing ourselves in generative AI, it has taken less than 15 years to transform ourselves. And this is how the pace of the AI and generative AI will drive the industrial and manufacturing segment of our industry. Now, having said that, if we look at the capital projects from that sector point of view, in the context, capital project industry has remained as a laggard in terms of the technology adoption. Even with the advancement of innovation in the softwares around Autodesk, the BIM application we just saw, and the hardwares around the drones and the robotics in the industrial practices, capital project domain remains relatively untapped. The rise of AI and Gen AI offers a new potential to drive values and efficiency across project lifecycle, especially when it comes to design, safety, compliance, delivery, resourcing efficiency. If you look at some of the forward-looking statements from the executives of EPCs or the owner-operator or large project consulting firms, almost everyone agrees that AI will bring massive disruption and drive transformation. But having said that, there is still a lot of challenges in this space. If you look at the main factors contributing to cost overrun and schedule delays, which has been the prime concern for all the capital project or CapEx project in last 10, 15, maybe 20, 30 years also, is always around the talent. So industry at large is feeling the squeeze of talent constraint, which has a material impact on all other factors. The labor pools for the infrastructure and capital project is shrinking. There is a knowledge drain because of the aging population and increasing recruitment timelines and cost. Additionally, if you see, availability of the material equipment has also been a key challenge with the lack of front-end planning. These are some of the key challenges the industry is facing at this point of time. And at the same time, regulatory and compliance complexities have also become a very common factor with the challenges of staying in line with the evolving environmental or social governance around ESG regulation as one of the examples of the complexity the industry is facing. But even though with these challenges, there are companies, who has embraced AI and generative AI. As I said, AI is emerging to support the execution planning, including development and optimization of project plans and schedule. This includes leveraging AI models trained on a large historical project schedule data set to identify potential risk and uncertainties in project schedules and enable proactive risk management. This has been particularly helpful when project teams are planning for project scoping elements or their risk management. AI can be further used for construction plan, optional engineering by exploring massive variety of scenarios, adjusting to labor, equipment, and sequencing. Some of the examples, what you see over here are use of digital twins to assess the planning and also help reduce the surprises in the delivery. Two of the examples I would like to share here is from the Shell and Chevron. Shell, during their initial feasibility or FEED study, they started working with Spark Cognition to develop generative AI solution to automate some of the subsurface imaging using seismic data analysis. And it was mainly designed to discover new oil fields in Gulf of Mexico. So even during the early stages of your EPC value chain, one can start using AI and Gen AI. Another example during the construction and logistics stage is Chevron. During construction, they started using, Chevron, their full knowledge base, which was around the company standards and safety expectation, and how that can be managed for, employees in their native language. So there are a lot of, firms across, you can look at some of the examples here are from the oil and gas, manufacturing, automotive, discrete manufacturing, automotive. They all are embracing AI and generative AI. And these are publicly available case studies. The links will be provided on the PowerPoint when we share with you. So the point I'm trying to make over here is, if you look from the capital project value chain perspective, starting from business planning to feasibility feed to revamp and decommissioning, across the life cycle, there are real world applications of AI and generative AI when it comes to, planning part, when you're doing a technical specification or cost estimation or schedule optimization for that matter. These are some of the areas where AI and generative AI can be deployed. Now, in terms of the real world use cases, I have compiled, some of the examples which can help you understand what are the real world use cases or use cases in terms of AI and generative AI in the construction engineering. And the way I have sorted them is around the three main areas of value driven. One is around cost, safety, and the third one is the automation. Now, if you look at the, achieving value through, budgeting and costing point of view, there are a lot of use cases, what you see on the right-hand side. Some of the examples I wanted to bring is around cost estimation and budgeting is around AI-powered tools to analyze, past project and predict cost more accurately based on the factors like labor, material, and market conditions. AI-powered supply chain, which will help secure the best prices and avoid price fluctuations in a bidding stage. AI-powered computer vision. We saw some of the examples of computer vision in detecting, personal protective equipment. But AI-powered vision can also be used to identify some of the structural flaws in real time and preventing costly rework. Use of robotics and autonomous equipment to reduce dependency on the expensive manual labor is also one of the classic examples to reduce some of the cost in a very critical space or environment to work in. And lastly, on the AI-driven smart buildings, using to optimize the energy uses in HVAC or lighting or water system to reduce some of the operational cost, which can be managed during the design stage itself. Now, with all these applications, the value for owner operator is to see a 20 to 30% cost reduction through optimized resource allocation. So that's one of the sides of AI and generative AI in the capital project. The other one, as I was saying, is around safety, almost 50% improvement. And I heard my colleague saying today, 1 in 6 incidents can be avoided. And that translates to huge safety compliances which can be managed through AI driven. So if you look at some of the examples I've highlighted over here is AI-powered computer vision, IoT sensors to detect safety violations in real time. We saw an example of missing PPE and unsafe scaffolding or practices in the construction area. One of the examples is some of the mining clients are using AI-based cameras to detect worker fatigue to avoid accidents in mine. The drivers who are driving the billion-dollar Caterpillar earth movers, they have been tracking the worker fatigue to determine whether it is safe for those drivers to be driving those vehicles or not. AI can analyze, past incidents. If you are in an EPC or project management consulting firms, you can use AI to look at the past incidents to predict high-risk situation and suggest preventive measure based on the information you have collected over previous projects. Drone monitoring is becoming very frequent in the places where there are safety hazards or reducing the need of manual inspection in the dangerous areas. We have started seeing a lot of AI powered smart helmet and vest for the connected worker to avoid some of the safety incident or heat stress for the exhaustion. So these are some of the examples of AI use cases which can help you deliver some of the safety compliance in the industry. Okay, the last section I have is on the automation. Again, the automation is mainly to drive, a faster project completion on time or before time. If you look at some of the examples I have highlighted over here is AI-powered, bricklaying robots like SAM 100, which can lay brick 5 times faster than the human. So these are some of the good examples of application of autonomous robotics in construction industry. AI-driven project management tools that can help teams stay on track in predicting delays and optimizing workflows. 3D printing that has enabled faster and cheaper construction for the houses and bridges and the commercial buildings, where the identical set of residential or commercial complex has to be laid out. I think my colleague also spoke about the digital twins and the real-time monitoring, providing the construction progress, doing what-if scenarios when the risk changes or the weather pattern changes, and allow the users and the project managers and the executive to make an informed decision. And the whole idea is to look at faster project completion with all these AI cases. I have also compiled some of the real-world AI cases. I will not go into detail of each one of them due to time constraint, but we'll just cover the first one. Mortensen Construction, they have been using Autodesk Construction Cloud for a very long period of time, and they were able to maintain less than 2% budget variance when leveraging the Autodesk construction solution for mega hospital construction or infrastructure project in United States. Similarly, PCL has been using Spot Robotics from Boston Dynamics for their automated inspection rounds to look at the structural weaknesses and the safety compliance at the construction site. Again, these case studies are publicly available, and the links will be provided as a part of the presentation sharing. Now, if you look at some of the organizations that are starting to use AI in their planning effort are seeing promising results. By using AI, Gen AI in their project planning, organization are 40% more likely to meet their intended outcome. It has helped, or it will help EPCs, project management consulting firms, and owner operators to redefine their talent strategy, optimize their spend with risk, become more sustainable in delivering, by adopting digital technologies in their services. Having said that, I'm almost on time. So 5 key takeaways, as AI is reshaping the construction and engineering space. These are the 5 recommendations I have for the panel and the audience over here. Organization needs to leverage AI for automation with the goal of reducing cost and ensuring safety of the people and the asset. generative AI can help optimize design quality, speed, and decision-making process. 3D printing, robotics are changing the ways the construction industry is working and continue to evolve in a more specific use cases. And in coming years, AI adoption for predictive analytics, we saw some of the examples earlier in the presentation as well, and automation will continue to rise. AI will continue to transform the construction industries for efficiency and sustainability as EPC owner operators and firms engage in capital project. They must embrace the AI and Gen AI capability. Finally, thank you for your time. And as I was saying, Industry 5.0 is at the cusp. It is essential that we reinvent ourselves and take this journey of AI in capital project. Thank you for time and feel free to reach out to me or Kenka or Fidic for any further information you want to have. Over to you, Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Srivastava. I think it's great examples and insights. Now we have our last session speaker, Mr. Abhishek Srivastava and Mr. Mumtaz Afzal of Sistra. They represent how AI and blockchain are enabling smart contract in construction. Over to you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to thank Kanka and Fidic Asia Pacific to provide us this opportunity. Hope my screen is visible. If not, please let me know. Is it visible for all of you? Yeah, and I would request the moderator to please also give access of the microphone and video to my two co-presenters. One is Mr. Abhishek Srivastava and another one is Mr. Prabal Singh. Sorry, I have a bad throat today, so please bear with me. So thank you, Mr. Nilesh, for the wonderful presentation, and I think the bar has been raised. I will not repeat what has been already spoken by my previous speakers. So digital transformation in AEC industry is not a new thing. It has been happening, but the truth is that it has not been happening at the pace it should have been. We very fondly talk about Industry 4.0. And we try to kind of imitate it in construction, but we are far away from kind of achieving the objectives of Industry 4.0 in terms of industry construction 4.0. However, there are lots of developments which have been happening in recent past. But as of now, the discussion has been happening around BIM technology, the building information modeling. And most of the aspects are covered only for architectural engineering. So the construction or the construction management part is a little ignored. So I am here to present you one of the technologies which is in the offering for construction industry, which is called blockchain technology, which is basically to revolutionize the contract management the way we have been doing it now. It will completely change the scenario. I am Mumtaz Afzal. A very good afternoon and good evening to all of you. I head the digital transformation for Sistra in India. Sistra is a French multinational organization. We are into transportation sector. We are into engineering and consultancy of rail-based mass transportation system. We are into other sectors of infrastructure also, but our main business happen to be the rail-based mass transit system. Along with me, Mr. Abhishek Srivastava is there, who is our head of contracts with Sistra in India, and Mr. Prabal Singh, who is helping us as a PMO in digital transformation efforts. With that, I'll take you through the agenda of this presentation. We'll keep it very brief. I know that a lot has already been spoken, and it's a topic which cannot be covered in a very short time. But just to give you a context, we have categorized, or we have kind of bifurcated this presentation into three topics. First, we'll try to understand that what is the AEC industry scenario as of now, and what are the technologies which are in offering to transform the AEC industry. Second, my colleague Mr. Abhishek will focus on the existing contract management system, the challenges associated with that existing contract management system, and how we can overcome with those challenges. And third part will be little deep diving into the technicality of the blockchain technology and how the smart contract concept is arising and how it is going to transform the AEC industry. So to start with, as I mentioned, AEC industry, brief scenario. So we all know that we have been struggling with the time overrun, cost overrun, what it called is iron law of AEC industry. That is the scenario globally and especially in India. So there are basically two types of infrastructure development. One is vertical and the other one is linear. So since we are working mainly into linear space, and we have been facing a lot of problem in terms of time overrun, in terms of cost overrun, and that is basically resulted into delay in land acquisition, delay in clearances, various clearances, which include environmental and other statutory clearances. Then the contractors are not fully equipped to carry out the work at the pace it is required to be carried out. So that is also somebody spoke about the scarcity of quality resource available in the industry. So that is also one of the reasons. And all these culminate into conflicts and disputes. And that is where the efficient management of contract comes into picture. So we have been struggling with efficient management of contract because as of now it is more tilted towards the owner, towards the client, and it is more of the whims and fancies of the client or the owner, the way they want to manage the contract. There is no technology, there is no specific system through which it can be made fair to all the parties, and it can be managed or maintained in a transparent way. So having said that, as I mentioned that there are a lot of technologies which are coming up in the marketplace now. Generally, we say that construction industry or AC industry is slow in adopting technology, but the fact has been that the technology has been also very slow to provide solution to the AC industry. And that is what I started with, that as of now, we are mainly concentrating on BIM and other tools or technology surrounding the BIM. However, there are a lot of other tools and technology also. For example, IoT, it's revolutionizing the way we manage safety, the way we manage quality, combining it with computer vision. We have generative design, which is going to revolutionize the way we carry out design, the most efficient, cost-effective, and sustainable design. Robotics is already coming in. Augmented reality and virtual reality are the future for construction industry. It has already started up coming in. Digital twin, of course, this helps us during the construction as well as during the maintenance, asset maintenance or management of the infrastructure. And then, of course, AI and ML. But here we are only going to concentrate on the blockchain technology. So Mr. Nilesh talked about Industry 4.0. So how it has been made possible. If you see this slide, this will give you an idea that how we have transitioned from Internet of Information to Internet of Value. To start with, we started with World Wide Web, then we migrated into 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, and now we are talking about cloud computing and edge computing. So that is how it has helped us, or it has enabled us to fully exploit the power of technology and to adopt the latest technology in terms of transforming the industry. So I skipped the previous slide, but with all this advancement, we know what are the benefits that we are going to get through this technology. The basic problem in the AC industry is of collaboration. So since it is a multi-stakeholder industry, there are various parties which are working in any project or in any construction scenario. Everybody has got their own source of truth and their own source of information, and they never come on the same platform to reconcile and to follow a single source of truth. So with all this technology, we are now in a position to develop an ecosystem where various stakeholders, various parties can come together, work on the same platform so that we can minimize the conflict, and which will result in minimizing and eliminating the claims for any stakeholder. With that, I will hand it over to Mr. Abhishek, who will basically take us through the existing contract management system and what are the challenges and way forward for contract management for AC industry. Abhishek, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mumtaz. As we have discussed today with many speakers, there is a lot of digital transformation and AI application available. And still we are facing a lot of problem in current infrastructure industry. This is the major issues what right now current structure of contract management. As you are most of the contract we used to draft manually, or we are copying from other tenders to new tenders, other contract to new other preparing other new tenders. So these all we do manually. Also, we used to form complex and ambiguous conditions, normally which create later on in disputes. And most of the time, even in same type of work, the contract conditions are different. There is no standardization. Although Fidic has tried to make standard terms and condition globally, but still we see in real world client used to modify this condition a lot. So the golden rules of Fidic, you in many times the purpose of that defeated. Similarly, while we are implementing during the construction phase, the all processes are manual, workflow, payment, everywhere. And same thing we are as Sistra is a French consultant, and we are doing project management and detailed design consultancy in many of project. In India, we have of almost we are involved in 80 to 90% of metro projects, directly or indirectly. So what I am seeing here, the manual workflow is affecting the progress, and this is the main reason what I am finding for a delay of project, because sometimes it is an interpretation issue, sometimes it is a manual move the slides to next. Hello.
Yeah. I'm trying to move. There's some problem with the network, I guess. Just give me a second. Yeah.
Yeah. So due to this all manual process and current structure of contract management, for these are the major challenges and impact we are facing in infrastructure industry due to human errors. While drafting manually, there is a human errors in contracts. When we come to execution, that result into dispute. Ambiguity in clauses, many times we face same clauses, same for same activities, different clauses are there, and these all causing the dispute and delays. And all this thing is a resulting in improper implementation of contract provision. And during execution, these all, as I told, workflow processes are delayed. Right now, I am one of the site, and I'm seeing there design approval process, all our manual interpretations are they are doing codal provision manually, and due to that, there is a dispute happened, and then it took 6 months and more than 6 months to approve the drawings. Somewhere baseline program we are approving in a year, or maybe 50% of time lapse, but things are still indecision. So these all manual intervention in the construction workflow is affecting the project and cost. And due to multiple, as I told, complex and ambiguous clauses, conditions, there will be a multiple interpretation of contract, and project gets delayed due to that. Biased provision, as I told, client always try to modify the conditions. Fidic, the golden principle is there is a balance of risk and opportunity. Fidic is a balance contract form. But when we in a real life, when contract employer used to draft contract, they modify it, and this will create a bias contract, and the modus of operandi will affect the progress. So this all challenges lead to poor contract administration, resulting into ineffective implementation of project. So what, in my view, what improvement is required? There should be a standard form of contract. Fidic is there, but it needs a digitization, or some AI manual intervention should be reduced. Minimum human intervention for contract administration also. All workflow should be happen through the AI or through digital form. And through AI should be responsible for contract interpretation. So there should not be any ambiguity among two parties. And all workflow should be automated. So that definitely, in my view, having a efficient contract management during execution. Over to you, Mumtaj.
Thank you, Abhishek. So, so thank you so much for giving us an understanding how the contract administration or management of the present existing system can be improved. And that is why we are presenting this topic of blockchain technology and smart contracts, which are still very new to construction industry, but this is the future. And why this is the future? Because this kind of removes the bottlenecks or the constraints that we are having at the moment, and it adds value to the system that we are going to have in the future. I would request the moderator to please give access to my colleague, Mr. Prabal Singh also, because he will be presenting a couple of slides in this presentation going forward. So what is blockchain technology? Again, to just give you a very brief understanding, it is basically a decentralized system where each and every party has got the equal rights and equal say in terms of interpretation of the clauses of the contract and in terms of execution of the clauses of the contract. So it is not a biased system where the client always have an edge because they are the payer. They always have an edge whether to approve a milestone, not to approve a milestone, and when to release a payment, when not to release a payment. So this blockchain technology is basically automizes everything, the whole contract management process, the supply chain process, and then everything is automated once it is coded. So using this blockchain technology, the concept of smart contract has come up. And again, it is very new to AEC industry. It is there in e-commerce. It is there in manufacturing industry, in supply chain industry, logistics industry, basically. But I think the way we have been kind of learning from manufacturing and supply chain industry in terms of adaptation of technology, this is the next big thing which will happen to AEC industry also. And this will give us a fair understanding how to manage the contract in a more transparent and effective way. So to just give you an understanding that how does it work. So basically, once you sign a contract or once you prepare an agreement between parties, the contract clauses are codified. It is put in the code through blockchain, and that is how the smart contract is created. And once that smart contract is created, everything has been defined in that, the milestone payments, the payment percentages, everything is defined. The quality of the milestone or quality of the deliverable, which is acceptable to the client, everything is defined. And suppose a supplier or a vendor produces that quality or that supplies that part of it, then and if it fulfills the quality which is already predefined in smart contract, then the payment is automatically triggered. So that is how the technology comes into picture. It is not a human-based system; it's a technology-based system. So the vendors will not be depending upon A, B, or C of the client to get their payment. Once they have delivered as per the required or as per the stipulated quality into the system, the payments are automatically triggered and the payments are released. So this gives an opportunity to the vendor or to the supplier also to have an equal opportunity of getting their payment in times and subsequently delivering the product or the material as per the stipulated clauses. Again, as I've been mentioning, this is a new topic where we are yet to understand it completely, especially someone like me who is coming from a civil engineering background and trying to understand technology, being a technology enthusiast. So this is something which interests us, and going forward, we will learn a lot more about this and how to implement it in our project. That is what we are going to do. So what are the advantages? As I mentioned, everything is automated, no human intervention. Once you have defined the contract terms, it is codified, and the milestones and the stages are triggered automatically. So payments are automated, compliances are automated, it is secure, safe, confidential. The flow happens automatically. Dispute is been minimized or reduced to the extent possible. Because if the interpretations are different from different parties, that is what it leads to dispute. So those things are resolved at the beginning only, and that minimizes the dispute in future, which in a way helps the project to be completed in time without any cost overrun. So again, not many use cases in AEC industry, but there are a few, not from India, from other part of the world. I would request Prabal to quickly take us through these some of the use cases where the blockchain technology has been used globally. Prabal?
Yeah. Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Now we'll look at some of the use cases across the world. So first one is from Minneapolis, USA. There's a company, Garden Builders. Garden Builders, they developed their office building together with some blockchain experts named Brick. So what they did, they embedded the code in the blockchain technology, and through blockchain, they were able to record their maintenance schedule. They were able to record the refurbishments and transfer of ownership. All the data they were able to gather on their blockchain. So what did it do? First, it automated their manual to AI-driven and automated task of workflows, automated task of tracking, real-time tracking of warranties, and the record of ownerships. The conclusion of it was they were able to eliminate data transfer, the loss of data transfer, up to 95%. Second, we have a case from Amsterdam, Netherlands. The company Heron Group, they were able to use blockchain for their real estate development. So they automated their project management and streamlined their building development lifecycle. So they were focusing on legally binding transactions and their payments. So whenever vendor, a contractor, or anyone who delivers the task on time, they were able to get their payments right on time, eliminating all the need for paperwork, manual inspections, and everything. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Prabal. So quickly, again, this is a very promising technology, but we have our own challenges, especially in a very unorganized sector like AEC industry. So we do not have a specific regulatory framework, how this technology should be used or can be used to manage contracts. So someone like Fidic, maybe it is an opportunity for them, along with the industry partners, to come up with a regulatory framework to promote the blockchain technology for bringing smart contracts into place. Then we have data privacy and security concerns also. Data security is one of the largest concerns in the era of technology, where the data is basically shared in a little uncontrolled environment. There'll be a cost implementation and scalability also, because again, the large scale infrastructure projects, this technology, we have to evaluate that how it can be made cost effective for all the users, because there are various kind of vendors, suppliers. Some of them are small, some of them are big. So will they be able to cope up with the additional cost of this technology or not? Awareness is the biggest problem, not only with this technology, in general also in the AC industry, with respect to the transformation and the new technologies coming up. So that is where we have to work as an industry leader to bring people more and more acquainted with this kind of technology. Resistance to change. Again, this is a common thing. Anything you want to bring in new, people will resist at first place. But if we are able to establish the advantages that we are going to get through any technology, or especially through this technology, I'm sure that people will finally agree And this is inevitable. I mean, this is going to happen today or tomorrow. It's just matter of time, and it's just matter of effort that we have to put to lead the process in the industry. Again, what is the way forward? So someone like Fidic Asia and Fidic Global may have to take the lead in terms of coming up regulatory framework, bringing in more awareness, and we will be very happy to tie up with them as an industry partner to kind of help them or assist them in doing so. Stakeholder collaboration. We are already facing this challenge in our present scenario where we are trying to bring in technology, the element of technology in our day-to-day automation and day-to-day management. Development of blockchain platform, again, this needs specific expertise, and we do not have any use case as of now on a large infrastructure project. So this is a potential use case, but the way forward is, I think, to come up with a proof of concept, implement it as a pilot project in any of large infrastructure projects, and then see the benefits of it to expand it to the other projects. So with this, I think I would like to thank you all for giving us an opportunity to present our case here. I would like to thank my co-presenters Abhishek and Prabal also. So thank you so much have us here, and look forward for the association with Fidic and Kanika for any future endeavor on this subject. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mumtaz, I think it's a very interesting presentation. The biggest problem will be the involvement of stakeholders like clients.
Yeah.
They are going to resist it. They are not,
because they will lose control. They will lose control. That's the problem.
Control. So we have to find a way out of it. Thank you very much. We'll try to find a pilot project to work on. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Kim.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Abhishek, Mr. Mumtaz, Mr. Prabal. I think that concludes our final session, and I'd like to thank all our speakers for the insight and presentation. I now hand over to Mr. Chitron, Vice President of Fidic Asia Pacific, our final speaker for the closing remark. Mr. Chitron.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. I have to confess that with my old blend, I was overwhelmed with all presentations of this webinar. And I believe that the time is too short for this amazing webinar content. As we wrap up this exciting webinar, it is my great pleasure and honestly and a real privilege to deliver the word of thanks on behalf of FAP. First, a big thank to Kenka for co-hosting today's event. President He Kiang Lee, thank you for your warm welcome, encouraging message of AI implication, and for helping make this gathering possible. I also want to thank our president, Mr. Susti Dawan, for his opening words on AI technology that influence our profession. That he also set the stage perfectly. And of course, it was honor to have Fidic President, Ms. Catherine Kalakasanis, officially inaugurate our event. Though facing the technical problem, we acknowledge her support to make us a great deal. To our amazing lineup of speakers, what a journey you have taken us on, from understanding the basic of AI and how it's already transforming construction to diving into powerful tools, BIM workflows, smart contracts, and even blockchain. It's clear we're not just talking about the future anymore. The future is already here, and we are in it. Mr. Sang-Chu Kim, opened our eyes with a keynote that went straight to our heart of how AI is shifting the way that we work. those who use AI will replace us, not just technically, but legally and contractually. To Mr. David Lee, thank you for your breaking down the business opportunities and challenges us we all need to be thinking about. And to Professor Kim, Dr. Prathan, and Mr. Sitan Chu and Tapa, thank you for showing us the real world innovations that are already changing how we manage and design, also planning the projects. And just when we thought that we have seen it all, we got a glimpse of AI in action at the infrastructure and a life cycle contract level. Thank you, Mr. Nilesh Srivastava, Mr. Abhishek Srivastava, and Mr. Mumtaz Alpha, also Mr. Babal Singh, for closing our session with a powerful look into what's possible when technology meets ambitions. To everyone who joined today, thank you. Your time and attention are incredibly valuable. Whether you are already experimenting with AI or just starting, explore it. I hope today spark new idea, challenge your thinking, and may even inspire a few next steps. Let's not stop here. Let's keep conversation going within our companies, within our professional circles, and right here in the FAP community. The more we share, the more we learn, and the faster we move forward together. And a huge shout out to the organizing team behind the scene, in particular, Miss Nayong. We all know these things don't happen by themselves. Your work made today smooth and meaningful. Also, may I request all attendees to share your thoughts for our next topics of the next webinar. You can make that, you can share your thought in the chat window that we can learn that our next FAP webinar would be that kind of topics. So once again, thank you all. Let's stay curious, stay connected, stay building smarter together. Until next time, take care and see you all at our next FAP event. Over to you, Kenka. Thank you.
Vidur, I will suggest the next topic, the impact of Trump on engineering and construction industry.
Yeah, you put in the chat. We will collect that, all the questions, all the questions and the recommendation that I hope that we can find our ways to answer that.
Never know. We may have to discuss that at some point of time. So
Yeah, no, it is real. It is
let us
real.
be prepared for it. Yeah.
He may withdraw from World Bank, then the projects will disappear. So anyhow, great job. Kenta, thank you very much.
Kenka. So thank you and goodbye, right, today?
Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Anything?
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you,
For
Kenka.
joining, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.